Why everyone are so disgusted with Nickelback. It's more of a meme than anything else. You don't regularly sell out tours if you're not doing something right. Canadians. We want a Pearl Jam. Canadian music industry. We have a Pearl Jam at home. The Pearl Jam at home. Look at this photograph. 1. If you lived through the height of their popularity, they were inescapable. 2. They felt like a watered-down, radio-safe version of the grunge and alt-rock that came before it. That was simultaneously replacing that music. 3. They were the friendly type of rock played on heavier stations, so some folks who liked heavier music were forced to listen to that. 4. Even if some of their songs are competent, I don't personally think they have tons of range, originality, etc. So even without the rest of the context, they have a lot of samey hits. 5. The meme angle. 2 reasons. 1. They were overplayed. 2. It was the cool bandwagon to jump on. The same thing is happening to Imagine Dragons now. I literally did a speech in communications class about this. I asked everyone in the audience to raise their hands if they had heard photograph or how you remind me. Everyone raised their hand. I asked who had heard Side of a Bullet or Follow You Home, and no one had. The songs that play on the radio are all their soft ballady generic songs that will appeal to a larger audience, while the majority of their stuff is actually harder rock. Hell, the stuff before All the Right Reasons is almost more grunge. I think this is what led to the start of the memeage. And then it just took off as a joke. It was probably pretty easy for a lot of bros to agree Nickelback sucks, having heard 12 of their soft songs on the radio. Personally, I love Nickelback. I've been a fan since I first saw them in a small club when they were touring here in Canada. They give me a music by focus group kind of vibe. It feels like a bunch of executives got average intelligence people in a room and made music specifically to appeal to them to maximize profits, and then contracted with good-looking musicians to make that music. There's nothing really wrong with them or that method. A lot of music is made that way, but I don't think it's real art or authentic. It's a product. There's absolutely nothing wrong with liking them, but I have more respect for untalented bands authentically expressing themselves in their garage than I do for Nickelback. I love Nickelback's music and I will never be ashamed to say so. I think they just got way overplayed on the radio, and people got sick of hearing it. Plus their music is honestly pretty bland. I'll give respect where it's due and say that they're all well-practiced and skilled musicians. And they have a great sense for the business, obviously. But yay. Their music for me is like room temperature tap water that got left out for a few days. I don't get it either. I've always liked their music, and their song Lullaby got me through the first few nights after my mom died. It's 'cause I never made it as a Wiseman. It's the same as Coldplay in the UK. People bag them out because they are mainstream and popular. They don't do anything edgy or controversial. They're not the most creative artists in the business, but they're fine. Their songs are fine, and a lot of people enjoy them. For some reason, this offends a lot of music snobs, or wannabe music snobs. There's a lot of people with an insatiable desire to make it clear that they are something special. I don't like what everyone else likes. I have higher standards than most people, etc. So when a band is so popular and mainstream, they are easy targets for these people to try and make themselves feel superior by bagging them. Somehow, doing a Batman impression while singing became popular. Most people find them odd for their sound. I still love a few of their songs though. For me, it's the guy's voice. It sounds like he's forcing some kind of country-esque voice, but like he's trying to sound badass. It just sounds so cheesy. I'm not a fan of them at all, but hating on them is one of the corniest, most played out, coldest takes in all of music. I thought it was their behavior back then. Like they were terrible people and acted immature, wasn't it? Especially when they once did a tour in Portugal that was cut short because people kept booing them when they came on. For me, it's just that Nickelback has the flavor of bologna and mayonnaise on white bread with a glass of white milk. They're just the blandest, most generic, most basic rock music that exists. Listening to Nickelback feels like eating a pile of plain white rice. Come here for a second, come closer. Look at this photograph. I like Nickelback. The fake hate of them is hilarious. I almost feel like the band started it to gain more notoriety. They are a decent band with some decent songs. There are many more artists who deserve hate but somehow get praise. Funny you asked this just now. Last night a song of theirs played on our stream and I wondered the exact same thing, and I was considering a post of my own. Why all the hate? I hadn't heard them in years probably. They aren't awful.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.